Hello everyone, this is Whitebox here for another solo game of Spirit Island. I'm going to be playing Ocean's Hungry Grasp, one of the few spirits that I don't have on my channel yet, against level 5 Tsardom of Russia. It's the first time I've played level 5 Tsardom of Russia, first time I've played level 4. I've only played 3 and beaten that level, so this should be interesting. I'm wearing my Colorado shirt for a nice landlocked state to represent ocean. I've got my bourbon here. I've got a cat howling at the door, and I think I'm ready to get started. So my initial explore here was mountains, and inland mountains can't really do much about that, but there's no beast there. So against Russia, I don't really have to worry too much about that. So what I'm going to try to do is deal with this coastal mountain, just because it's the only thing I can really deal with. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and do a double growth, just because I can. And I don't really get any benefit from playing 2 cards this turn, so this will kind of enable me to go up my top track. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be tough to get drowns, just because I do get one energy per 1 health of Invader. But just because it's difficult for me to drown explorers against Russia, it's actually going to be difficult to get a lot of energy from that. So it's going to be weird, but I'm going to get a lot of fear this game, and we'll see how that goes. So with that, I add 2 presents. I'm going to get 1 energy for that, and then I'm going to spend that 1 energy on Tidal Boon, which I can use to target myself because this is a true solo game, and that's going to come in handy here. Okay. So now, I don't have any fast powers, don't have pound ships to splinters, so I'm going to go right into an event. Oh, and event doesn't happen because it's the first turn. So instead, I'm going to go right into the build. So they're going to go ahead and build a town up here, and just lose that there. And I am probably going to need to go fast majors just to try to deal with the inland lands. Coast should be no problem. I don't think Russia is going to really threaten my coastal lands at all, but dealing with the inland lands is going to be an issue here. Alright, so that was their build. Next is going to be Exploring Sands. Not great. That gets them a foothold where that beast is, so I'm going to have to be cautious about that. And then it goes to my slow phase. So my slow phase here, I'm going to use Tidal Boon on myself. Again, possible because it is true solo, which gets me 2 energy, and I can go ahead and push these 2 into this mountain, which is going to come in handy here pretty soon. Alright, and the nice thing here is that I'm going to be able to kind of bounce explorers around between the coasts and my ocean to get a bunch of fear, so we'll see how I can work with that. Alright, so next up, it's going to be back to, well, I do have this, but there's no town on the coast, so unfortunately nothing I can drown. I'll be able to do that next turn. Okay. So that's done. I can go ahead and discard that. Nice quick first turn. And I go into turn 2. And on turn 2, I kind of already had this planned out. I am going to do Grasping Tide here, so I can get the defense and have the Dahan fight back and kill that city and kind of kill the explorer, but do I want to do another double growth just to add more presence onto the board, or do I want to do something else? So the nice thing is if I do a Call the Deeps over here, I'll be able to pull that guy out, and then I don't have to worry about them building in that inland land, so that's going to be good. So I probably do want to do that, which means I want to get to 2 card plays, and it means I need to get a presence in there. To that end, I'm going to go ahead and go bottom track, go up there. I'm going to get a miner first, just because for these first couple turns I am going to be a little bit energy starved. That'll change quickly, but for the first couple turns I will be. Guardian Serpents might be good insurance against Russia, although Terror Turns to Madness is just better elements for me. And that's going to let me very quickly generate fear and push for a fear victory. So I think I will go with Terror Turns to Madness. Okay. I get to add a presence to a coastal land, which I did right here, and then push one presence from each ocean. So I'll go ahead and push this one. I don't really want to push it in there just in case something weird happens. Well, I've got lots of presents, it's fine. So I'll just push that in there. Okay. Now if I get an event that's bad, at least I'll have a presence there. Sometimes that gives defense, so that'll be okay. Now I have 2 card plays, 2 energy. So I'm going to play Grasping Tide and Call of the Deeps. Pay my 1 energy here, and then go ahead and go into the fast phase. So first of all, I'm going to defend 4 here and get 2 fear for that with Grasping Tide, and then Call of the Deeps. I'm going to gather this 1 explorer into that wetland. Okay, and then I also have Pound Ships to Splinters. Let's see, which level of this do I have? I think I have the 2nd level, so that's another 2 fear, and that's going to get me a fear card. Okay, because I have 3 water, 1 air, and 2 moon. 3 moon, actually, but that's fine. Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm not going to get my drown here. That's okay. I can deal with that later. Yeah, it's alright. Okay. Alright, so next I go to... I can reclaim next turn. We'll see what happens. Okay. So next I go to an event. My event here is going to be stage 1, so Mapmaker struck the wilds. Ignore wilds during the explore step. On each board without wilds, explore actions add +1 explorer in each land successfully explored. I don't love that. Prey on the Heedless in each land with beasts, 1 damage per beast. So I'll do 1 damage here, which will push this guy. I may as well push him into that wetland, so it's coastal, and I get 1 fear for that. I do like that. And then Coming of Age on each board, add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan, and no Badlands, beasts, all sorts of stuff there. So let's see. I don't want to do it here because they're going to do 4 damage thanks to the Explorer and kill both of them. So instead, I'll go ahead and do Coastal. Could do Inland. Yeah, just as insurance, I'll go ahead and do the inland one. Okay. That's harder for me to deal with. Alright. Fear card already, Terror level 1. Each player adds 1 Strife. Oof, I wish I had known that was coming. In a land with Dahan. Okay. It's not going to matter if I do it right there. So I guess I'll just do it in here. And then I move into the Ravage. So this one's defended 4. They're doing 5 damage, which is not enough. Dahan will fight back. They will kill that city, generating 2 fear. They will kill this guy, but thanks to Russia, he gets pushed. I will push him into the ocean, generates 1 fear. He can't drown though, because he's a Russian explorer. So instead, he's going to go ahead and get pushed into this wetland, generates another fear. Alright, and then this one here, they are going to ravage that and kill that Dahan. Next they're going to go ahead and build in sands. So they'll build here. I wish I was able to drown that, but unfortunately I can't. And the other one's empty. So that's that. Then they're going to go ahead and explore in wetlands. And they are going to explore with multiple explorers, which is an issue. Because with Russia, any land with 3 or more explorers counts as a Ravage card. So somehow I'm going to have to try to deal with this mess next turn. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem, but we'll see what happens. So next up, I have slow powers. I don't have a land, and don't have an earth, so I can't do anything with that. So instead, I go back to growth. I don't really want to reclaim. I might need to, though, just so I can get defense up and get Call of the Deeps working. That's just going to kind of be very neutral. I don't love that. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to reclaim. I will gain a major this time, since I'm going to eventually have some good energy. I've only got 3, so I can't afford any of these this turn. But I think Terrifying Nightmares is going to be the play. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and forget, I guess, Terror Turns to Madness. Didn't come in handy, but that's okay. Okay, still no energy gain natively, so that's great. And I also gather Wind Presence in each ocean. I'll do it from there, just because I can't really stop that from ravaging right now. Unless I were to use Grasping Tide again, but nothing's going to fight back, so no real reason for me to do that. I think probably a Tidal Boon. And Call of the Deeps. DPS. Okay. So this will replace. Gonna go into the fast phase. Let's see. So with my fast phase here, I'm gonna go ahead and gather some explorers into here. So these two, one does die, which will drown, gets me 1 energy. This one will get pushed. I'll go ahead and push him in here since that's ravaging anyway. That gets me a fear. And then I have Pound Ships to Splinters. I have the 2nd level again, so I'm going to get 2 more fear from that, which gets me another fear card. And Entrench in the Face of Fear from Russia 5. So put an unused Stage 2 Invader card under the top 3 fear cards and an unused Stage 3 under the top 7. When one is revealed, immediately place it in the build space, face up. So I'm going to be building in jungle, but that shouldn't matter. My jungles are empty, so that actually works out okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of lucky. I think that'll help me a lot here. All right, so with that was Call of the Deeps, Pound Ships to Splinters. I go to an event. Still in stage 2 now. So Harvest Bounty, Harvest Dust. If the island is healthy, which it is, on each board choose a land with towns and cities, ravage there. If I don't love that, because all the lands with towns and cities are going to ravage again. Well, that's going to cause me to have a Blighted Island, so may as well throw that in here. That's not very good, but we'll see what happens with that. Explorer's Blunder on each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts, and then Coordinated Strikes in each lane with 3 or more Dahan, 2 damage, and defend 2. So I can do that here. Let's do, I want them to build a town there so I can drown it later. So I will do the 2 damage though. So I'll push these guys into the ocean. One will die. The other, and that gets me an energy from drowning. The other's just going to come right back to this land. I think that's fine. And, oh, there are not 3 or more Dahan there, so I actually can't do that. Let me take that back. Okay, never mind. Don't get that. Alright, so that's that. Next I go to the fear cards, which I have 2. Terra level 1 still. Each player may push up to 2 explorers from an inland land. That's good. That's going to save me a cascade there. Let's go ahead and push these guys. I don't have good options though. I can push 1 and that'll stop the ravage. So I'll push 1 out here. It's up 2. Okay. And then Tall Tales of Savagery. Each player removes 1 explorer from a land with Dahan. Okay, that's good. I'll remove that guy. Alright, Ravaging Sands. They're going to ravage there, which will get me to a Blighted Island already. Disintegrating Ecosystem immediately on each board. Destroy 1 beast. That is not good against Russia. Then add 1 blight to a land with towns or cities. Okay, let's do it there. And all the lands with towns and cities have blight already, so that's going to cascade over there. Keeps Russia from claiming that beast though, so that's good. Alright. So looking rough so far. It might be a quick game. Okay, so that was the Ravage here. Good. Build in jungle, but there's nothing in jungle, so no builds. They do build it in wetlands still. So we'll get a city and a town. We'll shift over. And then explore mountains again. And then Russia's escalation is on each board add 2 explorers among lands with beasts, which has to be here. That might lose me the game, but I did pick up Terrifying Nightmares, so I think that might save it for me. Okay. Cool. All right. That's that. Go to slow powers. So first up, I'm going to go ahead and use Ocean Breaks the Shore. I'm going to drown this town, which gets me 2 more energy from drowning. And then I'll use Tidal Boon, which will give me 2 more energy. And I can shuttle these 2 guys somewhere. I think that's alright. I'm going to shuttle these 2 guys over yonder. Okay. So that's that. Discard. Go to a new phase. So I am going to have to play Terrifying Nightmares up here to save that land. This one can't really do anything about, unfortunately, unless I potentially get another major. And I do have a decent amount of energy, so possible. Let's see, what's ravaging? Wetlands, that's fine. Jungle I can deal with. This one just gonna go back there. That's okay. Use Ocean Breaks the Shore here. let's see. If I do this, then I'm not going to have the water that I need. I don't need to drown a city. That's one less fear. Yeah, that's probably okay. Okay. So let's go up top track here. So I'm going to add 1 presence to a coastal land right in there. I'm going to take another minor, which I probably won't use. I'm just going to use it for a major next turn. I've got Uncanny Melting, Drought, Visions of Fiery Doom, and Here There Be Monsters. I don't really think that any are going to be used, but I'll take Uncanny Melting just in case I do get the chance to remove some Blight. Could possibly be useful. And then I have 2 card plays. I'm going to play Terrifying Nightmares and Swallow the Land Dwellers. Yep. Okay, so that's 4 energy on this. I do get 1 for presence now. And next turn, I'm going to go ahead and gain another major and see if that'll let me kind of clean stuff up. So right away, I'm going to go into the fast phase here. I'm going to use Terrifying Nightmares up in this land to range away. It's 2 fear, and I can push these guys. Oof, this is going to Ravage again. Can't do anything about it. Because if they Ravage here, then I just lose from their loss condition. Let's push them in here and just play it out. It feels like it's going to be a quick loss. And then I have the first level of Pound Ships and Splinters, so 1 fear from that. And then I go straight to an event. So I get the Blight Deepens. On each board, add 1 Blight to a land with Blight, but do not Cascade. Spirits may prevent this on any and all boards by destroying 1 presence from each board to be protected. I'll do that. Irregular Outbreaks ignore disease during Bells this Invader phase. Okay. And Careful Defense when invaders ravage. If the land has Tahan, defend 2. Okay. Alright. No fear cards. So it's going to go to the Ravage. They're going to Ravage Wetlands. This will Cascade. I'll do this one first. So here, 0 damage. The Tahan fight back. They'll kill this guy, which gets me a fear. Then I'll drown him, which just pushes him back onto the shore. Gets me another fear. I'll just push him back in here. Here, though, it's going to Cascade. Cascade it in there. And then this land's going to Ravage as well, because it's got 3 or more. So that is going to end the game very quick. That was like maybe 20 minutes. So let me go ahead and score this up. First foray into level 5 Russia. That is a challenge. Especially for Ocean. It feels like it's doable. I don't know if I've just got to go into a much earlier major, maybe? Not sure. Gonna have to spend some time analyzing how this one went. So that's a loss. That breaks a winning streak that I had. First try against Russia 5. It's a challenge for sure. 1B standard. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards revealed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lost at Han, but came back, and lots of blight on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did lose to blight rather than their special loss condition. Terror level is 2. I mean, I was racing through the fear deck, so I feel like if maybe I was prioritizing that more, it would have been possible. Tough. 5 health worth of invaders, or 5 lands with invaders, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 health worth of invaders. So just a 20-point game, not great. Pretty early loss. Blighted Island card was Disintegrating Ecosystem. Don't love that one. Alright, and this was with Ocean. On board B. Okay. So first time I played Ocean in a while, and this was tricky. This was a hard game. I'm sure there are things that I could have done differently here. Maybe I was being a little too greedy, going for those Tidal Boon plays, and could have tried to go for a major earlier to try to deal with the inland lands. I don't know though. It felt like I was doing what I could. So I'll have to go back and watch this and see what maybe I could have done differently. Tricky game for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and reset here. I might just go ahead and try to play another game against level 5 Russia, maybe with Ocean again, just to kind of see what's going on. And that was quick enough that I'm good for another game. So if I put this up, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully my next game is a victory, so you get to see that instead. But it's good to see losses too. So you can see this very quick loss with Ocean against level 5 Russia. It was a tough game. And not being able to get energy from most of those explorers that I'm drowning, it does make it hard, although it does accelerate the fear quite a bit. So I'll have to look into this one. Alright, but good night everyone.